And a happy new year to you all out there. I hope it's a healthy and prosperous one for you and profitable as well. I don't know if you're hungover, maybe you're a little groggy, perhaps a little tired, but I wore this tie to wake you up today because we've got lots of bowl action starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. I've got two of your bowl games today as complimentary plays. Going to take a look at the Rose Bowl clash between Stanford and Iowa and your game in the Citrus Bowl between Michigan and Florida. Does it seem like every single game, every single day is being played in Orlando? Just a thought, just an observation. Hey guys, listen, the featured play today, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to be Trace Adams, who on the heels of yesterday, cashing in with a 2,000 star double your wager winner on Clemson. 4-point underdog outright with ease. Trust me, I know. I had Oklahoma in the damn game. He has been on quite a roll. That play yesterday was on the heels of his 1,500 star raised a bar winner on Mississippi State on Wednesday. Well, today, once again, discounted bowl winner number 5. It's going to be his double your wager 2,000 star winner number 12 out of 16, your Rose Bowl side on Iowa and Stanford. Matches his 2,000 star winner yesterday, as I said, on Clemson. You get it as the half price play of the day simply by using coupon code HALF from a guy who has made $1 bettors a little over $30,000 the past 80 days. Now, little heads up, and I do this again not to confuse you, but to let you know if you happen to have one guy's play, you know who the other guy is on. Gabriel Dupont, who's coming off back-to-back 150 dime play winners. And remember, 100 dime play is his normal top-rated selection. He's coming off 150 dime winners on Houston and Wisconsin, both of which you got the past 2 days. Both underdogs winning outright against Florida State and USC respectively. You got each for just $39. He has upped the ante today with a 200 dime play. However, he is on the opposite side of Trace Adams. Again, not meant to confuse you, but I'm just trying to save you some money. So if you have one guy's play, you know who the other guy is on today. The other big play today undoubtedly would be Shawn Michaels, who is, of course, the winningest football handicapper here at the site over the past 6 years, making $10 bettors a little over 22 grand in that stretch. Today, the first 100 dime college football play of the entire season. It's Ohio State and Notre Dame. 22-9 with college football 100 dime max wager plays over the past 6 years. 22-9. This is his first this season. These are the same plays that he is 60-37 with in the NFL over the past 6 seasons combined, including last Sunday's winner with Arizona crushing Green Bay. And you save $55 on the play simply by using coupon code SEAN100, SEAN 100. All your other discounts, coupons, etc. are available over on the homepage, so check it out over there. Let's get to your complimentary plays here today. I'll do these in reverse chronological order. Let's take a look at the Rose Bowl battle first. Stanford is a 6-point favorite against Iowa. A little higher price than you probably would have thought, considering Iowa had run the table before losing to Michigan State on a final minute drive in the Big Ten championship game. But I got to tell you, I think it's a fair price as well, because Stanford played in the better conference, the Pac-12 this season, than Iowa did in the Big Ten, because Iowa didn't have to play many of the big boys in the Big Ten. And I think that bodes well for Stanford. And this is a Stanford team directed by a quarterback, Kevin Hogan, who the first team I ever followed, first team as a fan that I ever followed were the Miami Dolphins, because I like Bob Greasy. I had a couple of his football cards. I like the Dolphins. I like Bob Greasy, who Kevin Hogan kind of reminds me of Bob Greasy in a way. Not particularly flashy, not particularly gaudy stats, but he wins games. I mean, he's 35-10 as a starter, fifth-year senior, final game for the Cardinal today, coming off another nice statistical season where he threw for over 2,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and completed 68.6% of his passes. Now, no ifs, ands, or buts. When you have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, that certainly is going to make your numbers all the more impressive. But what it really did is it gave Stanford the ability to just grind opponents down on the field. I think their time of possession was a little over 34 minutes a game this season, which was tops in college football. Or I'm sorry, maybe it was 38 minutes a game, which was tops in Division I action this season. You keep your opponent's defense on the field nonstop, long, time-consuming drives. Hey, Iowa certainly knows the deal there. Remember what happened and how that Michigan State drive killed them in the Big Ten championship game? I was just talking about it in yesterday's video report. Wasn't it like 22 or 23 plays covering over 9 minutes simply wore down the Hawkeye defense? I think the same thing's going to happen here today. Now, the Hawkeyes are a good team. Stanford's defense, not as good as it was last year when it was giving up 23 points, 16.7 points a game. This year, closer to 24 points per game yielded. But I think Stanford can pull away, and I think Stanford can win this game somewhere in that 9 to 10-point margin. I'm just not that impressed with Iowa, especially with the Iowa offense here. And listen, it's practically another home game for Stanford. Yeah, it's the Rose Bowl. They sold out their allotment of tickets quickly. They had to go get another couple of thousand. They're going to have their fans there, and I think Stanford is going to be the play. Then on the early game, you've got Michigan taking on Florida. God, how many times did I go against Florida this season? And you have to go against Florida for one simple reason. They do not have a quarterback. Treon Harris is not a Division I-A quarterback. He can't throw the ball. Absolutely can't. They were a much better team when Harris was your change of pace quarterback coming off the bench when Will Grier was the starter. But, of course, he got suspended, announced he was transferring, so he's gone. Hey, it's an old story. Treon Harris cannot win you a game. Much like Brandon Harris can't do it for LSU. Guys that just can't pass the ball. And they're going to have to pass the ball against Michigan here because even though the Michigan defense was not nearly as strong down the stretch as it was early in the season, the Wolverines can still tee it up and play a little D. And I think Jim Harbaugh, who has been in a few big game situations before, called the Super Bowl, will certainly have his team ready today for the Citrus Bowl. Going back to Treon Harris, on the season, only 52% completions, only 9 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions. This is a Florida team that struggled to beat Florida Atlantic, a Florida team that put 2 points on the board against Florida State, a Florida team that couldn't do anything against an uninspired Alabama team in the SEC title game because Alabama was still coming off its thrilling win against Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Gators can run the ball somewhat, but they can't run the ball like the Ohio State Buckeyes did against this team, Michigan, in the final game of the season when they absolutely walloped the Wolverines in the Big House. So I'm not too concerned there. And again, I think you have Harbaugh, a huge coaching advantage, having been in big games before, and this isn't even a big game when you think about it. It's the damn Citrus Bowl. He's had 4 weeks to prep his team in this one. Am I impressed with the fact that Michigan can't do anything offensively? Absolutely not. Jake Ruddock definitely played better down the stretch than he did earlier in the season, 14 touchdowns versus only 4 interceptions in the final 6 games. But, you know, the Wolverines are absolutely awful when it comes to running the ball. Last year, they sucked at running the ball. This year, they were even worse. They've got to get their defense ready, and that's really the key in this contest. And the defense performed much better the first 6 games of the season than the final 6 games. Florida's going to bring it defensively, okay? Number 7 in the nation was averaging almost, actually a little over 3 quarterback sacks a game. 12th nationally when it comes with 7.5 tackles for loss per game. That's their average. They forced 25 turnovers. Number 17 against the run. Number 11 against the pass. So I look at this game to be a low-scoring game. Let me just check the latest line here for you. Yeah, Michigan's still sitting solid here between 3.5 and 4 points. I'd buy down the half points. Ultimately, I think this is going to be right there, right around the number. But I'd rather lay the points with Michigan. I could go with the under in this game as well, to be honest with you, but I still think Michigan is the better play than the total. I'm looking for Michigan to take this one by 6. Michigan is going to be your other complimentary play to go along with Stanford. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.